Hello everyone. Today our English medium media Sunday. Today we try to talk about the public relation officer and the uh, media executive or media officer. That two topics. So after these topics, actually we have to move to that event management, that topic, so after that we can finish the lesson. So mainly in the lesson, public relation officer. Firstly, we have to get some ideas about the public relation officer. And public relation officer mainly we use PRO, that is the simply now short name we use to the public relation officer. PRO means public relation officer. So according to the public relation officer, the idea just the person who links institute the public and internal and external measures. According to it, I send that PDF to the WhatsApp group. You can check that group and you can check the group and you can download the PDF and you can get the idea about the public relation of. So the person who links an institute and the public and internal external measures is known by the term what public relation officer. So the person who links an institute and the public as internal and external measures. That is the idea about the public relation officer. That is the point. So I think that in the Cambridge dictionary, in our tute, you have to check that thing. You can check that thing. Okay. According to the Cambridge dictionary, says public relation officers. What type of definition is there? Definition is there. Someone whose job is to build good reputation for an organization and manage its relationship with the public relation. That is the thing. Okay, someone whose job is to build a good reputation. You have to highlight that word, good reputation, for an organization and manage its relationship with the public relations. So, good reputation, that is the first point that public relation officer can develop. Okay, and that good reputation, not only good reputation, and after that thing it can develop. They can develop the trust also. That trust, not a simple normal trust, actually is some kind of a long-term trust. Long-term trust means some kind of 30, 40 years. Now you can see so many companies in Sri Lanka also, and so many companies in the world also. That all the companies actually sometimes 60 years, 40 years, 50 years, sometimes they are service actually. How they actually stably being actually 40 years or 50 years, because the reason is they are public relation, because they develop good reputation, or they develop what type of a trust is a long-term trust, not a simple just 2 year, 3 year trust. And how it actually maintain, that is the problem, and that is the challenge. Public relation officers main responsibility is to maintain the trust between the customers and the service providers, their companies or something. So if they maintain that trust, that is the main important point for the developing the good long-term trust and the good reputation. That is the point. And after that thing, the next slide is many names have been given to call this profession is different countries. Different countries means actually in Sri Lanka also there, India also there, and after that Egypt and sorry, UK. That country is also really important for this idea. So this actually profession, the PRO is not only a job; it's actually a professional thing. So some countries explain this thing with several types of meanings, not the same meaning. Some countries actually public relation officer using as a some kind of a publicist person. It means that person who published something very creatively, or the person who published something very attractively, standardly, and professionally. That is the point that they use. According to our lessons, I had some points in here like that. The first name in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, in Sinhala we call Goshaka, but in English we can say talking chief for the public relation officer. Okay, but not only Sri Lanka, India also using this word talking chief. In Sinhala we use Goshaka. That is the point. So secondly, in that after that thing in the Egypt, that area, Egypt also. Egypt use what type of word? They use describe. Scribe means describing something or explain something, that type of point. Okay. Scribe, describing some idea, so explain some idea, so that type of idea. So Egypt use that type of thing. Writer or explain something properly. That is the point. And some kind of they firstly they learn that thing, or firstly they explore that thing, and they try to explain other people's as some kind of academically they explain that thing. So that type of people we call scribe, describing something very properly. It's called that Egypt. They use the scribe word, and Sri Lankans and Indians use that talking chief word. That is the point. After that, Israel, these days very famous country, Israel. In Israel, they use prophet. Already we know what is prophet idea. Actually, in the prophet means some kind of beliefs, that some kind of spiritual idea is there. And prophet, they can understand, they can see future about some, according to some sectors or ideas. So prophet actually some kind of a person that who can give some ideas about the future, and that they know something about the future. That is the idea. And prophet is some kind of a spiritual idea. And sometimes PRO must be, PRO also actually some kind of a prophet idea, because PROs, public relation officers, also can say something about the future. About the future for what thing? For the company future. If we maintain this trust, or if we maintain this, or build up this trust or something with the, between the customers and the company, how long actually it can maintain, how long actually this company can go, and how many years we can stable in the field or something, that type of things we can say according to the what thing, according to the prophet idea. So actually public relation officer also some kind of prophet means they can say something about the future. That is the idea. But it's depend on the trust, and it depend on the mutual understanding about the internal and external parties. That's a good thing. Internal and external parties, they can say something about the internal and external parties, and they can understand how it happens, and how, what is the thing that we can see in the future, and how this actually gone in the future. The fourth one actually the European idea. European means that American, that base idea. They develop idea like publicist. Publicist. Publicist, recently I told you, in some countries use this word as a the person who published something creatively, or person who published something very attractively for the other people. So publicist idea is some kind of ideas, news, reports, that type of things they publish to the society. That is the idea. So European people use this publicist word for the public relation idea. And the last one, fifth one, you can see in their number two, in England, actually, that people says they use Lord Chancellor. This Lord Chancellor word actually very familiar word for you, and Lord Chancellor word actually very famous word. Most of the people use this Lord Chancellor word. Actually, Lord Chancellor, some kind of advisor, guide, or developing some ideas and express some ideas to the other people to develop their future or something. And advising, that advocacy ideas, advising ideas there, and they actually some kind of a guide other people, guidance for other people. Okay, their government, sometimes their state leaders also have what type of people? Chancellors. They can they can express other people's lifestyle, express some things for other people to both their development. So Lord Chancellor is some kind of advising idea. That's also a good point. And that is the England people, UK people, British people using for the public relation officer, right? After that thing, uh, this type of person actually have what type of knowledge? You have to think about that thing. Sometimes some people actually very interested in the future. I want to be a public relation officer. Some people really like to be a HR assistant or something. Actually, my some students also now actually HR assistants. Some public relation officers also there. Managers are there, hotel field, and most of people, that type of people are there. So that people also actually, I always tell them also, get so many experience about this field. It means not only the public relation idea, the human ideas, sensitivities, the feelings, emotions, standards, community-based ideas, ethics, regulations, laws. So many things we have to learn about this subject. Actually, public relation is not only a professional subject. That's why they add this thing to the syllabus also, because this is not only a simple topic. Actually, this topic can develop so many people's connections and beliefs and sometimes another tradition. And it actually used to maintain the trust, and it actually maintain the some entire management system. So it's a good thing. So as a public relation officer, what type of things do you have to know? This type of things. The two I at that point in there at the top of the level of this next page, you can see next page, please turn. A public relations officer should possess a good knowledge in what type of things? Mainly knowledge number one for the all the things, we know that thing. Good knowledge in such subject of what type of subjects? The first thing actually sociology. Social science or sociological things. Actually, public relation officer have to know so many things about the society. Because the public relation is all the people's not like the same, and this all the peoples have to know something, have to say something. This all the people have some problems, and you have to understand, we have to understand what is society and how the society actually develop, and how we communicate with the society, how we connect with the society, how we can make a connection between society with our things. So sociology is the number one thing for the publication officer. And second thing, anthropology. Actually, anthropology means humanology, how it actually develop, how our society develop, how the humans' lifestyle develop, how the humans' thinking capacity and their emotion things, that type of things develop. How we understand humans actually. What are the actual human needs and requirements and human rights, and what is their lifestyle, that thing. We have to understand that thing. Next one, very important, psychology is there. Psychology actually really important for so many things, no? our mentality, our feelings, our attractions, our desires, our hopes, our targets, all the things actually we can understand according to philosophy. So all of the people have some kind of a several philosophy, their unique philosophy. And we have to understand that philosophy idea also. So philosophy is not actually sometimes we can see some philosophical idea commonly in the society, but every people, every person have their unique philosophy. And we have to understand that philosophy, that is the idea. And next thing is biology. Actually, this biology idea means not like this thing, the PRO don't want the medicine knowledge or something. PRO don't want the MBBS or something. This is not that idea, but biology means this thing. Actually, how the people's needs and requirements we identify. And if suddenly something happened for some person, think about emergency or something, sickness or something. As a PR officer or HR officer, we have to help them. So how we help them? How we react this type of emergency? Suddenly happens some emergency ID accidents or some other health failures or something are there, meant sickness or something are there. In that time, how we react? In that time, how we communicate with them? In that time, how we help them? That is the point we have to understand in here. This biology is not the MBBS thing. That's doctorate idea, doctor idea. But PRO is not a doctor. But actually, they can treat to the society. Okay, but PRO, it's not a doctor. But they have to understand how we react. Something happens suddenly in the society. That's the idea. And next thing, economy. Economy means actually every country development in the ninth lesson. Next lesson, you can understand what is actually why the economy is really important for the us. Actually, economy is the base of the development. Every developing country, actually, the problem main thing is economy, unstable economy. But if some countries actually develop, well developed, the reason is they have a stable economy. So not only stable economy, literacy is there, economy is there, GDP rate means gross domestic product, that rate is high, personal income is high. That type of further criteria are high levels that countries automatically become a first level country. Okay, and Sri Lanka as actually third world country, no? This type of country is actually why third world country, this type of country, because our literacy, our literacy actually rate high than India also. 92%, 91% literacy rate we have. That's good thing. In the South Asia, we have the good literacy rate. But other things actually, economically rate, our GDP rate is low. Personal income is low. But in the South Asia, we are number one. Yeah, okay. I don't mention that South Asia idea. I just mentioned that according to the world ranking, Sri Lanka is a developing country because than that between America and Sri Lanka, our literacy rate okay, they are okay, but our economy and their economy totally there's a big gap in there between the America and Sri Lanka. That is the point economical right. But PRO have to understand the economical things also. Why? Because we have to work with the people. No? If it's a salary problem, in they have income problem or something. They have allowance problem, have something. They have some financial problems about the people. So we have to understand that financial problem also. No? PRO have the good salary, but some workers don't have salary like that. No? So we have to understand our salary is okay, but other workers' salary is not okay sometimes. So we have to manage that thing also. No? So you have to understand that thing, economy. That is the point. Okay, it's not a specialist, economic specialist or bank. I don't know. It's not like that thing. Economy means actually main thing for the development. So human development also actually really need economical idea at the thing. Next one, political science idea. Actually, the PRO don't want to be a politician. Recently, I told you PRO don't want to be a doctor. PRO don't want to be an economist, economic specialist or something. Not a banker, not a financial beast or something. No. Political science idea means actually every country have a law. No, we have to maintain what thing the law, and we have to respect to the law, and we have to maintain the what thing constitution, and we have to follow the constitution. Okay, we can't against for that thing. If we spoil that, if we against for that thing, that is not a good thing. That not the ethic. So people have a responsibility. Citizens have a responsibility to work with the country, work with the constitution very transparently, politely, and genuinely. That is the point. How to understand that thing. And political science idea, why? Think about the election thing. Think about the human rights. Think about the UDHR, the Universal Declaration for the Human Rights thing. Think about the laws. Think about the our information right. Think about a living right or something, right to speak or something. These all things actually depend on this idea. So political science means that idea, not the election or something idea. Actually, that right also very important. Absolute right for the voting. That also very important thing. Absolute right for the vote. So voting also is a power. Voting also a main thing for the people. And people actually vote someone for why? What thing? People actually vote someone to make a system, develop a system for their good. Their good means humans good. Actually, why we vote for some people? Why we vote for some people? We want some system to helping us. That is the point. But unfortunately, some government don't do that thing. Automatically, people develop some revolutions. That is the point. So you have to understand that thing. You have to understand that thing. That is the point. So that's why political science in here. That's why political science in here. But this political science, not to be a politician, be a good public relation. Because think about that, politician also public workers. Politicians, or if you want to be a politician, proper politician, you have to understand what is public relation. Because you are public worker. You are a public worker. Government worker, no? Government means they don't give a salary for you. But you have to do so many services for them because they vote in you. And they trust you. And you can't spoil that trust. You can't against that trust. That's unfair. That's why political science comes. Because political science always depend on what thing? The people trust and the communication. That's the thing. Last one, trade and communication. You know, so many companies are there, trade companies are there, advertising companies are there, logistic companies are there, so many companies are there. These all the companies depend on what thing? The public relation. Without publication, there's no any companies. Without publication, there's no any proper companies. Okay, that is the idea. You have to understand that thing. So that is the thing that public relation officer have to know about this profession. After that thing, we can see the role of the public relation officer. In the exam, in the MCQ paper, if they ask to uh, name the role of the public relation officer, you can name this type of things. In the tute, I add this thing in here. The functions of the public relation officer can be identified a lot. More things are there. But few things I add for this tute. Just you can see the first thing actually, good understanding about the objective. Please highlight the objective word in there. You have to understand what is the actual target. What is the actual aim? What is the actual point actually? Because you are the person who control the people according to the aim of the company. And you have the main responsibility to do that thing properly. You can't spoil that thing or you can't change that thing. You never. So objectives, you have to mainly focus for that object. Vision, every company have the vision. You have to maintain that vision idea. That is the point. Second one, presence of the social knowledge. Presence of the social knowledge. See, recently I told you that anthropology thing, sociology thing, biological thing, political science thing, trade idea, communication. Why we need this all the things? Because that is the society-based ideas. This all the things very helpful for the society. So we can't against for that thing. That's why social knowledge idea really wrong. How without social knowledge, how you be like a public relation officer? Without the relationship, how to maintain the public relation? If you don't know how you become a public relation officer, that is the point. Think about that. Third one, making connections internally and externally. Internally means think about a company-based idea. Think about a doctor, nurse, male or female, okay, drivers and pharmacists, nurse, this type of people belongs to what thing? The hospital internal staff, internal people, accountants, securities, inside people. And who are the external party? Who are the people who go there to get some services from them? Patients. So patients and the doctors. Doctors are internal, patients are external. These 2 points are there. 2 points are there. So these two people, these two parties have several types of responsibilities. And we have to respect for that thing also according to the situation, So making connection internally and externally is really important. One thing for the developing the public relation idea. You have to think about that. And the fourth thing, creatively manage relationship strategies. Actually, that all the relationships not like the same. Think about that public relation officer mainly have to know what is relationship. No? Mainly company with their workers, company with the customers. They maintain that public relation. And public relation officer is the bridge between the public and the company. They are the middle. And they have to maintain that thing. Creatively manage the customers and company-based idea. Customer care thing do that public relation officers. So actually it's a logical thing. Actually it's a logical thing. You have to think not too much. You have to think properly logical. Then you can get some ideas about that. Okay. Creatively manage relationship strategies. For what thing? Developing public relations concept. Fifth, development of the corporate reputation and pride. You have to highlight the reputation and the pride. Reputation and pride. Reputation and pride. Okay. Actually, that recently I told you, public relation officers develop what type of thing? Public relation officers develop what type of thing? They develop uh, good reputation, goodwill, and internal, external mutual understanding, bond, trust, that type of thing. So, development of the corporate reputation and pride, actually prestige also there, good name, company brand, very important thing. So, reputation is there, pride is there. These two things actually really helpful for maintain the publication idea. Think about that thing. That's the main roles of the publication officer. Then after that thing, we can see there are certain qualities that a publication officer must have. Qualities are there, roles are there. Recently, I told you what are the roles of the publication officer. Now I try to tell that qualities of the publication officer in here. So there are certain qualities that a publication officer must have as willows. What happened? The first thing actually as a catalyst. as a catalyst idea for the manageable idea, manageable person than others. That person can manage all the things, that person can manage everything, anytime, anywhere. That type of person can be a public relation officer, because public relation means a very big responsibility. Sometimes some companies, some factories have 3,500 people, 4,000 people sometimes. Give them MA, so that type of Hydra money, that type of idea, Brandex, that type of companies, that companies have so many people. And there's no any much more PR officers, only 2, 3 people are there. They can manage so many things. And well manageable persons can do that thing. The second one, presentation skill. Why? Not for the announcing idea like that. Okay. We have to communicate with that other people. Meetings are there, gatherings are there. Sometimes small discussions are there. In that time, if you can present so many things creatively, positively, correctly, directly, and genuinely, logically, that people really accept that after that thing. That's a good point. That's a good point. In that presentation skill, we can use for what thing? We can use it for the development of the other people's motivation. After that thing, we can motivate them. After that, we can motivate them for something. And after that, we can maintain and we can guide them for some things. It's really important. It's really helpful. Okay. Third one, grasping skills of others. Actually, grasping means some kind of appreciation idea. If you can evaluate, if you can appreciate other people's skills or something, that's a good thing. No? Think about 3,500 people are there. Sometimes we can develop some concepts or something for the workers to relax their mindset and entertainment idea. In that time, we can see so many very talented, well-talented people in there. In that time, we have to grasping other people's skills. Okay, writing skills, dancing skills, acting skills, whatever it is, manageable skills. We can give them some responsibilities for do that thing. Please do this thing. Please do that. You can do that properly. Please do that. So grasping other skills, other people's skills, actually really helpful for the public relation. Next thing, fourth one, writing news reports and editorial matters. Actually, sometimes public relation officer have to write so many notice letters to the section wise, department wise. Sometimes outside people, we have to get some help, and we have to send some emails for them. Fax machine nowadays we don't write letters every time, but reports and editorial matters also they are like photographs, sometimes letters, sometimes notice, sometimes some columns, articles. Sometimes we have to write. Fifth one, professional skill in writing public speeches. Actually, public relation officers always go somewhere, the schools, outside, marketplace, so many people, and they address for that people. In front of that people, that person must be a very personality character, and that type, and that time, that speech also must be a positive and very personal, personality based speech, and that and attractive speech we can use in there. And without attractive speech, how they communicate with you, how they interact with you. So that's why writing public speech is also very important thing for here. Okay. Then sixth one, motivation skills in public address. Recently I told you, in part of the school or any other area, we have to motivate them. In the, as an example for the factory or something, and the factory workers always working, and after that thing they don't have sometimes of free time. That's not a good thing, no? Because they want some free times, no? And in that time you have to say something for them, and you can evaluate them, you can develop their feelings, you can if someone demotivate them, it's not a good thing for the company because it's harmful for the company. But if someone motivates them, that motivation actually helpful for development of the company, and it can develop some profits for the company. So motivation skills actually very important for the public relation. That is the thing. The seventh one, possess skills in the public relation service. That is the thing, survey. So possess skills in public relation service. Survey means why we develop a survey. Why we develop a survey? Survey actually we develop to understand or actually get some solutions for some problems actually. So surveys can collect some data. In that data, after we analyze that data, after analyzing data, we can take a good decisions and conclusions about some ideas. So that is the point. So publication surveys, why we do surveys, because to get some ideas about the some problems, some ideas. Okay, publication service, and you have to highlight the publication service. Okay, and sixth one you have to highlight a motivation idea, and fifth one professional skills idea you have to highlight. After this last line, you can read this. The thing, public relation officer ought to be honest and possess integrity. Okay, and highlight this thing. Additional qualities. Sensitivity is there, personality is there, sensitivity is there, personality is there, and the ability to participate in skillful activities. Participate in skillful activities. You have to understand that. Okay. Public relation officer always actually work with the public. They always have to connect with the public. No? They can't. They can't. They can't be connection without the public idea, because public and the public relation officer always connected together, work together. Now we move to the next topic: media officer's idea. Media officer. So media officer also some kind of a person who develops some connections between the people and the company, but not like the public relation officer. Public relation officer actually develop a relationship between the company and the public customers. Actually, he or she developed the public relation. But this one, media officer, no. Media officers never develop public relation. They use medias to communicate or express their ideas to society, and he or she is the bridge between media and company. Media and company. In the publication officer do what thing? Is a bridge between public and government or public and private places. No? But this is not like that. Media officer bridge between the media and the company. Okay. According to the passage, read this thing, read that thing. In activities related to an institute, links that exist between the public relation officer and the media officers ought to be similar and related. In some instance of the foundation of the publication officers is served by the media officer. Media officer is an official in institute of the organization who look after the functions of the public relation officers. In this direction, the media officer is seen function as follows. You have to understand that. First one, building a bridge between institute and the public. See, this bridge not like a public and company idea. Public company is here, but he or she not only a simple connection bridge, path, media path. Think about that. Actually, media officer for this idea, path. It's a path actually. You have to understand that. Path means the media. Okay, that idea is there. You have to understand. Okay. Then second one, bridge. Please highlight the bridge idea. And second one, responsible for the media conferences and discussions. Responsible for the media conferences and discussions. See, isn't I told you? This person not like a developing relationship idea. This person develop birthing conferences, discussions, represent presenting and particular unique idea. Develop so many things as a path between the company and the public, not a relation developing idea. This bridge actually media bridge. Think about that. Third one, planning the media assessment reports, writing letters to responses, and distributing the periodicals concerned idea. So highlight reports is there, writing letters is there, responses, distributing the periodical. Periodical means some kind of a magazine-based idea. Magazine-based idea means some kind of term-wise they develop some idea. That is the point. And concerned idea is there. That is the point. And that is the third one. And the fourth one, he or she is responsible in the formation of new vision and plan to of the particular institute concerned. Actually, he or she take the responsibility for what thing? New visions and new plans. Highlight that the new visions and new plans from the company. Recently I told you, this person not like a connection developing bridge. This person actually like a media bridge to express the ideas to society in the new vision way or new plans or new innovations of the company. So after using these people's concept, people know, okay, this company have this type of vision. This company have this type of innovative idea. That is the point. And the fifth one, he or she is responsible for handling the media and promotional plans. Listen to this person not like a simple connection developing bridge. This person must be a promotional plan developer, promotional plan express person actually. Last one, and our video also end after this thing. Next day we can move for that event management thing. Fully we can discuss next week, and event management after that thing finish. That is the point. So last one, he is responsible in the formulation of the innovative plans. Highlight the innovative plans recently I told you. Of the project that go for its betterment of the institute concerned, highlight the betterment. Some kind of positive thing is there, positive idea is there, positive function, positive idea, positive thing, progress thing for the company. But the main thing is you have to highlight, you have to understand, public relation officer can develop the connection between the company and the public. That is the point. Public relation officer must be a relationship bridge. That is the point. Public relation officer actually relationship bridge. Okay. But the media officer not like that. Media officer is some kind of a media bridge. So two different idea. Okay, media bridge and relationship bridge. 2 points are there. 2 points are there. You have to understand that thing. 2 points are there. Please understand that thing. Okay, according to that thing, now you know public relation officer and media officer. Two different ideas are there. Two different ideas. And two different ideas actually depend on the their communication system, their format, and their responsibilities. Actually, these two people, the both people have responsibilities. Public relation officer, some kind of a sensitive worker with the society, but the media officer, sometimes creativity they need. In only in here some roles, no? But that media officer have to understand. They also use sometimes some qualities are there. You can write down these qualities according to the media officer, like what thing. Media officer, some kind of must be a very loyal person, and media officer must be a creative person than others, and media officer must be a manageable person, and media officer can be like a good presenting skillful person for the presenting, skillful person for the literature based idea means writing things. That is the point. And that type of qualities they want time management, uh, people handling, that type of things, uh, responsibility, leadership, that type of things also we can add to the like qualities of the media officer. So, right. Next day we can discuss about the event management. Event management actually small topic. Event management next day we can discuss, and event management Philip Kotler underline Philip Kotler's issue management systems issues. The last year 2025 paper, actually in the structure paper they asked about to write Philip Kotler's issue management system, event management plan. Please point out that thing. So it's a must compulsory thing. After thing, event management definitions we have to discuss, the necessities and the significance of the event management also we discuss, and after that thing how to event management plan we arrange, and what are the steps of the event management and how we plan an event. That type of things we can discuss next day. So today, this is the end of this video, and thanks for watching this video. And please subscribe our YouTube channel and put the bell icon to get the new videos about the lessons of the 13 syllabus this part. So 30 syllabus, next day we finalize the 8th lesson, public relation and issue management. Next day, hope to see you guys next Friday evening, and you can get the idea about the event management next week. Okay, then bye. I'm Rajitha Niro. We are Media Sunday. Bye bye. See you next time. See you next week. Bye. Good luck.